Shalom. Well, I have a story to share with you. Happened many years ago. Back when I was transitioning into the full observance of the Torah. I wanted to try an experiment. Now, my wife, we're pizza eaters, and back then we would eat it with pepperoni. So, my wife made a comment one time that every time she would eat pizza, she would have really weird dreams, like insignificant and meaning type of dreams, but just the most random stuff would happen, and it made no sense. So I tried it. I ate some pizza with pepperoni on it. Went to bed that night. Sure enough, I had really weird dreams. So I started experimenting, thinking, okay, what's the difference here? What's a pizza have on it? Now, it has cheese, it has tomato sauce, and so on. And what I came to find out, though, I would eat eel sushi. Eel is an unclean animal, or fish, whatever you call it. I don't know. Eel is unclean. Shrimp is unclean. Pork is unclean. What I did all these years ago was I experimented with these types of meats, and sure enough, whenever I would eat that kind of food, unclean meat, I would have really weird dreams. They didn't have any meaning to them, and then, I would give myself a few days, I'd try to wipe my system out or whatever, drink water, eat right, veggies and fruits, and then I would pay attention to what kind of nights I had, and I didn't have weird dreams. And then so I would eat an unclean meat again, and I started having weird dreams again. So my argument that we shouldn't have, other than the fact that the Torah says not to eat unclean meat, my argument here is that, Scripture seems to indicate that we should have dreams, that we should be able to interpret them, that they actually have meanings, that Yehovah comes to us in our dreams, speaks to us in that way, in kind of a finite way, if you will, because we are finite beings. So he speaks to us in these ways, and he gives us the spirit of interpretation or, discernment to actually interpret these dreams that he gives us. But what happens whenever you go against the Torah and put something unclean into your body is you start to have dreams that you don't know what they mean. Now, if you're unaware of this fact, then you're trying to interpret a dream that has no meaning. It's I've heard music before where it's actually it's trying to enjoy lyrical music where the words have no meaning, so they kind of created this non-language, you can't translate it at all, and it was to, enjoy the music with song, with words, but the words had no meaning, so it was just kind of like this linguistic thing. But it would be foolish to try and go in there and try to translate what the people were saying in the song, because the words were made up. They had no meaning. So, that's my argument on a kind of physical, scientific, if you will, molecular level, why not to eat pork or unclean animals or fish. Another reason is, I believe Scripture and science go hand in hand. And if you take a look at ham, and this has been studied, is that you could still cook ham very well, just fry it up and clean it and all that kind of stuff. And it can still have very hazardous bacteria and parasites found in the meat, even after you've cooked it. While you're eating it, you're putting all this stuff in your body. It's disgusting. But that's what those animals were created. These animals in and of themselves are not evil. The Almighty created them to clean our planet. They're bottom feeders, they eat refuse, and so on. So, in turn, if they eat refuse and then you eat them, you're eating refuse also. That's disgusting. So, that is my argument. I wanted to put that out there so you guys had a little bit more in-depth of an idea as to perhaps why we shouldn't eat unclean animals or meat. So, I hope that helped. And please, by no means, don't go experimenting on this on your own. That's up to you, but I'm not going to tell you to do it. But I was hoping that this video would be that kind of commonwealth of knowledge so you don't have to do it. You ask the question, well, why is it bad? That's why. That's why it's bad. That's why he says not to do it. He's trying to communicate with you, but if you keep putting garbage in, you can't get the purity of the Ruach into you to speak to you. Get what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to share. Thank you for listening. Shalom.